The French have a phrase called terroir. It involves the sum of the climate, sum of the soil, and the sum of the people. And so when all those three aspects of terroir come together, they produce their own unique wine style.
For me, provenance is so important to Villa Maria because the sites that have been planted over the decades still remain such an important part of what we do and the amazing wine quality. There's just this depth of incredible vineyard sites and people and work going on in the background that creates these wines.
Villa Maria's goal is to have a nursery for the quality production of its vineyards, because by having the nursery we've got control over every process, and so when they go out from the nursery into the vineyard they are at a stage where they're more robust and they're stronger. When the finished vine comes out of the nursery, it's been handled 25 times, so it's quite intensive, the procedure to grow a baby vine.
It's finding that balance of too dry, or is it too hot, or are we pushing these vines too hard? And then it is also the people that are in there and expressing and working on those vines and understanding them as the years go on. You know, we can all grow a grapevine, but can we grow a grapevine to express its terroir in the glass?
The good thing at harvest is all of a sudden we're in that scenario of making those harvesting decisions together. As much as the pressure's there, that pressure's actually across the group as a team. I think that's one of our strengths, that as a company, that's how we make those decisions.
The most exciting part of vintage is really seeing these high quality grapes arrive in the winery, and it's really from that point we are making a decision on where we feel that wine will end up. When we get our fruit in the winery, it's the start of the process, seeing the grapes in the winery going through processing, fermentation, maturation and then bottling. Tasting a wine throughout that maturation process is really important. When you smell a wine, when you understand the mouthfeel of a wine, that tells you how the wine's changing and evolving. The blending process is absolutely critical, understanding the individual components of a wine and trying to create an overall blend that represents a balanced, complete wine that showcases the best of that vintage. We've got this wine to a point we're very proud of it. The next stage is the crucial bottling step.
To have a quality bottling operation is pretty important to the whole process of making sure that your wine is always at the best it can possibly be. You know, we were one of the leaders in screw caps. In fact, we were the first major wine company in the world to go 100% screw cap, and that was all about quality. Being a family company, we don't have access to huge amounts of funds, and so often innovation is driven from a need to achieve a goal or a need to get the best quality out of our vineyards or out of our wines. One of the most fantastic things for me personally is where we've gone internationally. New Zealand now has really made a place for itself on the world wine map. We're less than 1% of world wine production, but we do stand way above that in terms of people recognising New Zealand as being a quality producer.
I think ultimately we're pushing boundaries because we're always striving to make exceptional wine. It's also the desire to take really exciting wines to the market.
Just like any part of Villa Maria, you're continuously striving to improve every process. Okay, what can we do better next year? How can we improve this next year? What's new out there that we can import into our processes? You can't lose sight of the end product and the quality you want at the end at any stage. Everything has to be right to make a quality wine.